Insurance presents Doug.
Is that your pet emu?
He's my partner, Lima. And we're here to tell you that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
So is he only an emu because it rhymes with Limu, as in Liberty Mutual?
Well, I won't.
So this is just a clever way to get people to remember Liberty Mutual, huh?
Kinda.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer. State laws apply.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike DeFura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, log on to nbthealth.com.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
The Blues getting a late first period goal to go up 2-0 at the first intermission. They score 0 goals in the second, 2 more in the third, and they are the Stanley Cup champions, beating the Boston Bruins 4-1 last night. The third consecutive time a Game 7 has gone to the road team. Penguins here in 2009, the Canucks and the Bruins. Bruins won in Vancouver in 2011, and then last night St. Louis goes into Boston and steals the Stanley Cup for the first time ever. And, if you've ever spent any time in St. Louis, which you and I have in our travels with the Red Wings over the years, it's a great little sports town. It's a baseball town. Yes. They love the Cardinals there. Cardinal home game, no, there's 81 of them, and they're all somewhat like religious events. Everybody wears red. They usually have great attendance. But it's also a hockey town.
Yes.
And they love the Blues. And, I have friends in St. Louis, and I'm thrilled for them, and I'm thrilled for a fan base, because I think as Lions fans, we should be able to appreciate the suffering of a fan base. I mean,
They went through a stretch, though, where they made the playoffs, like, not 25, obviously.
Yes, oh, no, yeah.
For like 20 straight years.
Right.
They never did anything once they got in the playoffs.
Well, and
they made it to the conference finals a couple of times, but other than that, they've always been good and
many times thwarted by the Red Wings. I mean,
Yes.
it seemed like during the Red Wings' great years, they had a lot of series, some very memorable with the St. Louis Blues, but none of them were won by the St. Louis Blues. The Wings always had their number.
Yeah, and you forget how close they were at one point of relocating to Saskatoon because they had a fan base and they were just losing money.
Well, they
begged the Ralston Purina company to take over, which they did. At one point, they had like 3 employees.
That's what Emmerich was saying last
Yeah.
night, going to a commercial break, that at one point, but they were always making the playoffs, even during that time. I tweeted out last night as they entered the third period, I said, the Blues are entering the, quote, if we don't win this now, we're never going to win this phase.
Yes.
And it's probably the way the Cleveland Indians fans felt in Game 6 and Game 7 of the World Series against the Cubs, or against the Marlins, for that matter. And somebody tweeted back at me and said, as a Lions fan, I do prison time to even know that feeling. Like, we can't even get close enough to the, well, if it's not going to happen now, it's never going to happen. Because when you've waited that long, and then you get, it's like the Red Wings. Go back to 97, if you can remember the emotions, okay?
Right.
They beat the Avs to get to the finals, and a lot of people thought the Flyers were going to win. They had home ice advantage, and then they go in, they win the first 2 games, and you're like, wow, this is going to happen. This probably is going to happen. And then they dominated Game 3, and then you're like, oh my God, this is going to happen. And there's that stretch of emotions where you're like, okay, if it doesn't happen now, it's never going to happen. Okay, this looks like it's happening, and then you come to the, like when they scored the third goal last night, that was the, yes, this is going to happen feeling.
I don't know, man. I go back to 97, and when they scored with 15 seconds left or whatever it was, the Flyers.
No way, you did?
I got the whole, oh my God.
Did you really?
Yes, because it had been forever. Much like it was Lions-like. And it will be that way if the Lions ever make it.
See,
the Lions could have a 42-0 halftime lead.
My greatest regret, not my greatest regret, I have plenty of regrets, but I wish I had bet $1 kajillion or 1997 because the Wings winning Game 4 to me, and maybe it's because I only lived in Detroit for a few years at that point in time. I didn't have the tortured history like you guys did. I knew they were going to win. It was the greatest inevitability in the history of sports.
And being here my whole life, knowing that.
And I was right. You were wrong.
Yes, in 1942, they blew a 3-0 lead to the Maple Leafs, so they were one of two teams at that time that had blown a 3-0 lead. It's like those are the haunting things that you heard about as part of the whole hex on the team.
But usually in those situations, the games leading up are somewhat close. I mean, Jamie's right. They dominated in Game 3. The Flyers were just, remember the whole Terry Murray incident? Like he was bashing his players. That team was just ready to go home.
And they kept going back and forth between goaltenders, right? Garth Snow and Ron Hextall. They couldn't decide who was worse. Okay, so I was thinking about like the Blues fans last night. I'm thinking about, kids. And there's a lot of people ages 20 and under, or even 25 and under, who are now understanding what it's like to be a suffering fan. Because if, like my son, for example, when he was born, the Pistons were okay, but the Pistons haven't really been good during his lifetime. But the Tigers were really good. Red Wings have won championships, and the Lions are the Lions. If you could give one piece of advice to the 10-year-old version of you as a sports fan, okay? We always talk about that in life, buy stock, get life insurance, But for a sports fan, if you can give the 10-year-old version of yourself advice as a sports fan to really enjoy and flourish as a sports fan, what would it be? And can we just get it out of the way? Don't be a Lions fan. Okay, ha ha ha. I mean, that thing's going to come across and take a text 1,000 times.
The realistic, the parental, thing that you would tell your kid is, so my mother used to say this to me all the time when I get so wrapped up. Is, why do you care? Flyers don't care about you. So just, relax,
Oh, I disagree. I totally disagree.
Well, I mean,
care like crazy.
No, I'm talking about just, real care, but realize that, they don't give a crap about you.
Oh, Stoney, I completely disagree. I think I love passion.
Well, you still be very passionate.
See, my two biggest pieces of advice, and one of these I followed and one of these I didn't follow, okay? My first piece of advice is root for the home teams, okay? Don't be one of these cherry pickers who goes around and adopts teams here and there or whatever. Because when your team wins, and they will win, it's going to be so much more special for you to go through it with your friends, your family, your community, whatever. It's root for your home teams, stick with your home teams. Don't be, look, we all have reasons for why we like certain teams, and some have crazy reasons, whatever. Stick with your home team. And the number two is, if you ever have a chance to go. Don't ever turn down a game. Don't ever turn down a ticket. Don't ever turn down a road trip with buddies. Go. Because you never know what you might see. You might be at that game where that happens. And I think the Blues situation this year, or like you mentioned, the Cubs, the Capitals, all these teams that have broken streaks, is just proof that you never know where maybe you're a Blues fan and you have tickets to go to the game, like, no, they suck. I'm not going to. Oh, that was the first of the 11-game winning streak, which turned the entire season around. And you'll tell that story to your friends and your kids for 30 years. So those are my two pieces of advice to 10-year-old me, if you're listening.
I'm going to go with one that Stoney had in his response last night in Z-Man. Defense wins. And understand that at a young age, because I didn't. I always got caught up in the hype and offenses and things like that. And I didn't admire when I was younger, like the 49ers had a really good defense, and I really had no clue other than that they had Ronnie Lott.
Right.
But to understand that everything comes back to the middle of all sports. And don't get lost in the offensive hype, and fundamentals matter. Turnover battle, like in football, matters. Be able to play defense. It's just as important as offense.
Let's go to Ryan on a cell phone on 97.1 to take it. Hello, Ryan.
Good morning. So the advice I gotta give myself is something not to be. My journey, man, my 10-year-old self, right after the great Bears team had won in, the 85, that's right around the time I started watching football. But those next years to come, I became a Buffalo Bills fan, diehard Buffalo Bills. I had backpacks, lunch pills, jacket single game. Huge Andre Reed fan. I got my heart broken 4 years in a row with those Super Bowls. To this day, a lot of people hate Dallas for different reasons. That's why I despise Dallas for beating my Bills, those years. And I would just have to say, man, don't be a Buffalo Bill fan. Maybe pick up another team so you can enjoy the 90s football.
Ryan, would you have rather gone and lost 4 times and never have gone at all?
Oh my God, man, getting there is great. Everybody would tell you that, but you think about those guys, man. I hope for them still to this day. I hope for Scott Norwood missing that first, man. It's like, just give me one of those, I would have been good.
Yeah, I mean, that totally goes against what I just said, but I totally understand what you're saying, and I can't say you're wrong, because right now Buffalo seems about as far away from a championship as you could possibly be, and it's not like Buffalo has anything else other than the Sabres. They don't have baseball, they don't have basketball. But I still think, I don't know, I think when you become a fan of a team, especially, like I said, your home team, you make this deal with yourself, and that is, and I've always said this about Lions fans, I do think most Lions fans are living with the dual assumption that it's never going to happen and it's eventually going to happen. And I know that's completely, those counteract each other, but I just think that's the nature of being a fan.
Yes. Here's another advice. Now, you probably disagree because of your experience. The team wasn't good when you were there. If you're going to go to college, go to a college that has a football team, because I didn't, and I'm jealous.
Yeah. That definitely is pretty cool.
Update a D1, hour 5.
It's 7:45, 248-539-97 and 97. We're giving advice. That's exactly right. Jamie and Stoney on 97.1. The Ticket. The all-new Chevy Silverado is here. It's the strongest, most advanced Silverado ever. There are 8 different trim levels, 6 different powertrains. So there is a Silverado for everyone. Tigers tickets could also be yours thanks to Chevrolet and 97.1 The Ticket. Tune in to our show. That's Jamie and Stoney for your chance to win. Chevrolet is the proud sponsor of the Detroit Tigers.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Two Men and a Truck. When it comes to your moving needs, nobody does it better. Over 30 years of experience performing local, long-distance, and business moves. Two Men and a Truck are well-trained on the best practices to ensure your belongings are kept safe from beginning to end. Two Men and a Truck, moving people forward. Go to twomenandatruck.com. In Clinton Township, Metro Parkway westbound west of Harper, there's an accident blocking the right lanes. Also heavy slow traffic due to road work, 75 southbound between Baldwin and University. Traffic also brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. You deserve a bonus. Treat yourself to a $2 million bonus instant game from the Michigan Lottery. It has over $74 million in total cash prizes, and there are over 25 chances to win on every ticket. Play new $2 million bonus. There's bonus fun in every one. I'm Michelle Pena on the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
Mike Valenti, afternoon.
If I'm running the Knicks, I've already got a courier on a bike delivering the long-term contract from the Knicks to KD saying, look, we don't even care. We'll pay you on 1 foot. Here's the max. Maybe that offer won't be there. Maybe this market won't be as robust as I think it will be. But to me, Kevin Durant is the unicorn. You pay him and you're willing to sit out a year.
Mike Valenti, afternoons 2 to 6 on 97.1 The Ticket.
Whoa! It's time for sensitivity training with JB Smooth. Yeah, I'm talking to all you fellas out there who need a sensitive razor. Try the Big Flex Force Sensitive. It glides across your skin for less irritation. With the Flex Force Sensitive, you will feel the smoothness. I promise you. And if you don't, Big will send me to your house for sensitivity training. JB will teach you how to cry at weddings, talk about your feelings, and fold a napkin into a dang swan. Smooth save, smooth price, Big Flex.
Science with the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. The 119th U.S. Open tees off today at Pebble Beach, and Phil Mickelson provides a major storyline. Lefty turns 49 on Championship Sunday, and the question is whether he can earn the best birthday present ever, his first U.S. Open title, and with it, a long, elusive career Grand Slam. Mickelson has finished runner-up at this event a record 6 times, most recently back in 2013. However, he's also won the tour event at Pebble 5 times, most recently in February. Just yesterday.